Is the rogue groups in our solar system the regressive Anunnaki or the Dracos? Is the term Anunnaki describing several races, and if so, who are those races, and are there benevolent Anunnakis?
Oh, yes, there are. Most of the group is here on Earth. There may be some in our atmosphere, but they're not going anywhere. And inside the planet. And most of the Anunnaki that are in the system and entering the system as they're passing through, they're pretty much all on the same page as the benevolence. They have different perspectives, I am told. But what's happened here has to shift. And pretty much everyone's on that page. As far as the reptilians that are here, there's some from Orion, Betelgeuse. There are some Draconians here. There's a few sea cars. There are 1,200, 1,300, somewhere between there, of the warrior class. The Anunnaki that are here are the half-breeds. They're the ones who were interbred, that could not leave the planet because they were undesirables, and they have a real chip on their shoulder because of that. And they have a great deal of animosity towards humanity because they see that as a crutch, when in fact, turns out it's really a strength. But, they're never going to see that. Orion group, some are human, some are not. We have some Greys that are still here, working for the reptilian and the Orion group. And there's a few loose archons milling about as well. So it's a conglomerate, but they know who they all are, and they've had a very difficult time unrooting them. There have been agreements to leave. There were agreements to surrender. There were agreements to stop harming us. And none of those agreements were lived up to. None of them. So this newer technology is now being implemented, this template, to just separate them. And it is based on DNA frequency. So it's game over. The timeline, I don't know. But it is game over. So as we move away from those, as that group moves away from us, we're going to have to step up. Like I said earlier, we're going to have to step up. And that time is now. But we have to become a race of leaders, not followers. We have to become a race of leaders. And if we can all just be responsible for ourselves. What was it to say? I said to become totally self-confident and free, to unconditionally be responsible for oneself without being coerced to accept some higher authority. That's our destiny. That is our destiny.
Sounds good to me, actually. Thank you. So they are all Anunnaki. And so there's some
No,
Draco.
I didn't say that.
No.
I didn't say that.
No. Because I was just trying to who are the Anunnaki, and then there are the benevolents. But so you're saying that there's a group of Anunnaki who are here on Earth, and that's where they are.
Not all. Not all tribes are dark. Some are ambivalent. Others are non-interventionalists, and others would be considered benevolent because they're willing to intervene on the behalf of those less fortunate or those being taken advantage of. So, when I use the term benevolent, I am talking about those who look after other races that are less fortunate and are willing to do something to change their perspective to empower them to become part of the galactic family. Those who are not willing to take part in any way and just go about their business, I don't know that they're benevolent or not, because they just don't intervene. They just do their own thing. And then there's the other ones who particularly take advantage of lesser evolved races and use them as a natural resource. That's regressive. That is not okay. Just so we're all clear on what I'm talking about.